Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving back into Grand Voyage. We're taking a look at Orange Town, and we're taking on Monkey D. Luffy, Mission Select, Level 5. And in today's video, we'll be talking about the team, and we'll be showcasing the run to actually take down Level 5 this event. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is the only team that can actually clear Level 5 of Orange Town against Luffy. Now, the idea here is you need 6 in characters. You also need to bring 6 driven characters, and you need to bring a Buggy on the crew as well. Basically, this fight is built around level limit break expanded legend Buggy. So you want to bring a friend captain, level 150 if you can as well, to actually take this event down. And big shout out to my boy Skuur from the Assault Force Alliance AF. Big ups to you, brother. I appreciate the hell out of you for resetting so many times. Because this run, it's not perfect, because you do actually need some orb luck. But if you have your own level limit break expanded Buggy, you will be in for a much better time. I do also want to give a huge shout out to Akainu. As far as I'm aware, he's the creator of this particular team. If you're watching this video, man, or someone knows your socials, please let me know, and I will chuck them in the description below. It did come across my Alliance chat through the Discord, and I never really had a chance to look at this content because I never had any level 5 limit broke. Wow, this is such a mouthful. Level limit broke level 5 Buggy friend captain. So again, huge shout out to Skuur, huge shout out to Akainu for the team build. And with that said, let's take a look at the team. Alright, so the team looks a little bit like this. Something to know with this content as well is your team cannot exceed a cost level of 240. Again, obviously bringing level 5, level limit broken Buggy is very good here. But the leader is Moria. Moria is a massive 5x captain for driven and powerhouse characters, and he's also an int super typing, which helps us out a lot. His special can give us stalling and then color affinity on the final stage, thanks to the clock buff, as well as giving us the threshold, which is very, very nice. He's just got base stats, he's not boosted on the Buggy, he's not doing a lot of damage, and he can be quite detrimental. So just be careful when you are tapping. Make sure to normally start with Moria to build up your chain, because he's not getting a buff under Buggy. Speaking of Buggy, he's the next unit on the team. If you have your Buggy level limit break expanded, you are going to do a lot nicer, especially if you have him level 5. He's available in the coin shop or the exchange shop at the moment. You can pick up 3 copies. I would recommend picking him up. This level limit break expansion for Buggy is very, very good. And he's one of those characters you don't really see too much unless you're pulling him from tickets and stuff like that. So definitely pick him up. The reason you actually want to bring a friend Buggy that's level 5 is his special, when you get him to level 5, changes, and he actually rotates orbs into matching for cost of level 40 or less, as well as dealing damage to defense down, which is very good for 2 turns. So he's got a very, very nice buff to his special. Plus his captain ability also starts the quest with a 20 turn orb boost for doubling slots of characters with cost of 40 or less. So very, very powerful captain ability now. Very viable actually as well. And it's going to see quite some pretty good play, honestly, moving forward, especially for stuff like treasure map and whatnot, because just getting that orb boost every single turn is great. And in this content, you can't use an orb boost. If you use an orb boost, you trigger a 98 or 89 turn bind for your entire crew. So it's basically GG from there. So you have to bring a friend Buggy, level limit break expanded 5, and you will be good to go from there. The next unit we have is the free-to-play event Akainu. He is so good for this because he has end of turn damage. He sets the defense to 0. Plus, he can actually use the Borsalino support, which actually rotates shooter and slasher characters' orbs into matching if they get rotated. And on stage 4, it's essential, because that way you get an orb on Perona and your 2 Buggies. You do need some orb luck on page 1 or this Akainu, but we'll actually talk about that once we actually hit the run. Like I said, the team's not perfect, but can it get it done? It definitely can. It 100% can. It just takes a little bit of RNG orb luck. So I would highly recommend having level 3 in slot chance. It is just going to make that RNG a little bit less. Just a little bit less. Not drastically less, but just a little bit less. Next we got page 1, the Colosseum unit. I did max level limit break him, just because 2,600 attack is nothing to scoff at. He's amazing too though, because he can give us a chain lock on the final stage, as well as remove the chain lock multiplier that gets inflicted on the second turn. So very, very good unit. He's 40 cost. He works under Buggy. He's very, very good, and he's driven, which works amazingly. And then finally, we have Perona. This Perona can actually remove 2 turns of damage reduction, 2 turns of threshold, which is great for stage 4, as well as drastically reducing defense, which makes her very, very strong. She's also a shooter, which means she gets an orb thanks to Borsalino, and she works just incredibly nicely, super nicely. So, Rare Recruit Perona, very good character for this. Finally, we have our level limit break expanded level 5 Buggy. Again, shout out to Skuur, as well as the ship of the anniversary ship. Now, the anniversary ship makes tandem slots matching. It's just an extra orb, but it also increases the chance of landing on perfect strikes, which is absolutely clutch for the final stage, because you do get 7 turns of removed sound effects. So, just be mindful of that. But that's enough about the team. Let's take a look at the run, and let's dive in. Alright, so here we are against Monkey D. Luffy at Orange Town. That's the team. Those are the supports once again. Let's dive in. So, on the very first turn, with our level limit break expanded level 5 Buggy, it's actually going to trigger the 20 turns of an orb boost. And that way we don't have to worry about using an orb boost and triggering that very annoying 89 turn bind. Because we have a full team of driven characters, we get the super typing of Moria. And then we get a full charge to our int and our driven characters, which is super, super nice. I think it's actually to int characters. On turn 1, as you saw there, I started the chain with Moria, because that way, like, Moria's not doing a lot of damage. If you get a good orb roll, you want to activate the super typing of Moria. You want to use that anywhere between, like, the first 3 turns, so that way it just makes taking down these fodder enemies a lot easier, and you do want to be mindful of who you attack with. That sea horse, like, it has a lot of HP and a lot of defense, so you ideally want to hit that with something that's got an orb. Same with this Hime Turtle. The Hime Turtle has quite a bunch of HP, or defense, I should say, so you want to hit them with something like Buggy or something like Page 1. Those types of characters that are going to kill, and that way you can tear your way through. You do have the leeway of 1 turn, like, if you don't kill all those mob enemies, but it will only allow you to use 1 turn on the final stage, which I actually used 2, because I actually miss it perfect. But on stage 4, we come up against Zora and Nami. They put up 2 turns of threshold damage reduction, as well as 1 turn of defense up, and they have a damage limiter for 4 turns, sitting at about 18 million. Zora's on a 2-turn cooldown, Nami's on a 1-turn cooldown, but with Perona, we can actually drastically reduce defense, remove the defensive effects, and then with Zora, we can get a chain lock, because we actually have the attack down if we're below a certain chain threshold, and I think that chain threshold's like 2.3 or something like that. So Zora just gives us plenty. With a matching orb on either Akainu or Page 1, you can actually kill Zora in the first turn, but if you don't get an orb on Akainu or Page 1, it basically spells the end of the run for you. Unfortunately, it is what it is. You have to reload and just jump back in. As you saw, Borsalino gave the rest of our team orbs. With our Buggy special, we have 2 turns of an attack buff. We can actually kill Zora on the first turn, and then take out Nami on the second. Once we move into the final stage, there's another damage limiter. Luffy will turn into a Psy character, and then we'll special bind our left side for 1 turn, give us chain coefficient reduction, as well as put up 2 turns of defense up. So basically, we just want to stall out that damage limiter thanks to Moria, giving us the thresholds, so that way we don't take too much damage on the first turn. And then we're basically just going to pass the first turn, so that way we get Moria's color affinity moving into the second turn. Now, on the second turn, you get remove sound effects, and that's just me there practicing my taps. I was just getting used to the taps and the sound effects, because it gets quite tricky once you move into this stage. You cop 5 turns of chain bind, or chain boundary, so you can remove that with Page 1. Akainu can give us end of turn damage to get around Luffy's resilience that he puts up now for 7 turns, and set the defense to 0. Buggy gives us conditional damage to setting the defense to 0, as well as an attack boost. And as you guys will see there, I had enough damage to basically take everyone out, including Luffy's barrier, and then let Akainu do the rest. Unfortunately though, I only hit a great with Akainu, so Nami was left with an absolute bee's dick of HP. Lucky for us though, because we managed to kill all the fodder enemies in the early stages, we actually had another turn, and with that, we could actually take out Nami on that second turn, and it all worked out pretty hunky-dory there. But there you guys go. That's going to wrap up the video. Level 5 of Orange Town against Monkey D. Luffy is complete. Huge shout out to Akainu once again for the team build. Like I said, if anyone knows his socials, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll make sure to pin that and make sure to add it to the description. Thank you so much to Skuur for the resets. I do appreciate the hell out of you, my guy. And for anyone else that knows any other team, like I said, please let me know in the comment section below, because I would love to know if there's some other teams that can beat these level 5 challenges, because Grand Voyage is very, very tricky. If you guys did enjoy the video today, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me as well. If you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that big red subscribe button too. Like 55% of you guys aren't subs, so like, what are you doing? It's good OPTC content. Like, just hit that sub button. Most importantly though, guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lates!